Michael and Robbie here. We are going to jump into the winners of our tournament of championships. So that's a tongue twister, and our AOIs. So, guys, if you fished this past month in October, stick around. We're going to talk through all that. By the time, if you're watching this afterwards, then of course the leaderboard and everything will be open, and you can go take a look at it and not hidden. Thank you so much for fishing with us. And if you haven't fished with us on these tournaments, I think it's been fun. We're looking at doing it next year. So hopefully you don't miss out when we start back up. So let's see if we get some folks on here. We'll give it just a second for people to hop on. Hopefully it's working. Maybe it's not. Am I having technical difficulties? So how did it go?
Went really good.
Any issues? No.
No, honestly, a lot of really good fish caught. You can tell the fall feed up was starting. A lot of fat fish in there, so you can't complain. They all got in the fishing before this water started dropping here on Neely too.
Well, I thought the water dropping just makes it. Doesn't that just give you less water that you got to cover?
It depends who you're talking to. Sometimes I saw a picture today of some guys that are stuck on a boat and somebody had to come pull them out. So they've been. I think somebody said they've been stuck for like 2 hours on a shallow sandbar or whatever. So I know it's a little sketchy out there. We put in Rainbow Landing the other day, and you got to put in and then troll across the sandbar before you can crank up the big motor. So it's different.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stumps that you ride over that you don't know are there.
All right. My chat is not working in studio, but I got it. All right. I'm seeing a couple of you. Hey, Keith, you are welcome. It's been a lot of fun, like I said. Why is this not working for me? Oh, well. All right. We will make do. You just won't be able, and I probably can't bring it up on the screen with the comments, but that's okay. We'll make do as is. So let's jump in and see. So we'll knock out the boat side of things. So first off, nobody in the free finale. I think I think we talked about that as we got rolling last month and getting all the things set up for that. That was a good lesson learned, I think, in how we structured everything. So that's definitely something we're taking on board for next year, and how we structure that to give more opportunity for folks. Because I think there were a lot of folks fishing the talks that probably would have had a little bit more fun in the free finale.
Agreed.
So we acknowledged that. We had a conversation about, well, do we play with some of that? And we decided the best thing was to just stick with what we had put out with the rules. So everybody, it's set. So, but I will go ahead and say, as I'm talking about, as we dissect this, if you've got ideas, comments, feedback for us, drop it in the comments. If it's really ugly, you can send an email to Michael at bucksisland.com.
Straight to you.
Yeah, just straight to me. It makes it really easy for me to delete. Just kidding. If it really, seriously, if you really want to throw spears at us, after 20 years in the Navy, I'm more than happy to take some spears, and we want the feedback. But since we've been doing this, all the feedback we've gotten, even in any negative capacity, has been very good.
Yeah.
And I think we've implemented a lot of it. So that's definitely something that we would like to see. So let's talk about the boat stuff. So the winner for the tournament, it's a winner-take-all format for this. The winner is getting $150 gift certificate for Bucks Island. And then the angler of the year is getting a $250 gift certificate for Bucks Island. So, which we got some pretty good numbers. So no big shocker on the winner from October. Randy Bean, 103.5 inches. Once again, sling it up. Let's see here. Not his biggest. He's slacking off. I think so. What's his? I'm looking at the records here. 115.75 was his biggest month.
Yeah,
That's
some huge fish.
That's some huge. But he had a so he's also the AOI for the boat division at 752.5 overall inches. He fished every month, and we appreciate him participating, and we appreciate those of you that jumped in the boat stuff and gave it a try. We were actually, before we got on live, just talking about how we can make the boat side of things more enticing, more interesting, or it may just be that we need to, some more boat guys need to understand it's not like it's fun. Yeah. It's a good thing to add in. We get it. It's not going to replace the Coosa River Team Trail. It's not going to replace ABTs. It's not going to replace BFLs or any of that other, big bass or big fiberglass clubs and all that kind of stuff. This is for fun. So if you're out pre-fishing, that's really the kind of the mindset as we set this up. If you're out pre-fishing, you might as well measure a couple of those pre-fish and have some fun. So, all right. So that's on the boat side. Congratulations to Randy Bean. And then on the kayak side of things, I don't know if anything changed up on the over the weekend. I didn't notice. So if you saw it beforehand, before I hid the leaderboard, so we had Terry Morgan coming in 105 inches.
He put up a show this month.
Let's see here. Oh, yes, not a single fish under 20 inches.
Yeah.
So that's pretty stout. That's consistent. 21.75 was his big fish. And that was the big fish for the tournament as well. We're not doing a big fish award on this one. But just out of curiosity. So Terry also is the AOI winner with 673.75 inches overall and again, he fished every month. Interesting. Let me sort here. So we actually had, if you're curious, and I'll get that stuff updated on the website for the statistics. At least the top 5 is what I've been doing with the AOI, so y'all can see the numbers. The rest of you can do the math yourself and figure out kind of where you fell out. But so we're 6. So second place is actually Derek Green. He actually skipped a month. He didn't fish in August. He was at 603.5 inches. So,
took it.
He could have taken the AOI if he put up, and I'll be not. So stuff to think about, as guys. I'm certainly happy to see those of you that fished every month. That's awesome, and we really appreciate that. And then even a few guys that were able to come in and sling up some pretty good numbers and actually jump on the AOI stuff pretty good just in a couple tournaments. So that is a new format for us, a new thing. So it's interesting to see. I'm glad. I kind of like the whole including October into that AOI.
Makes it count that much more.
Yeah. So those are the winners. Of everything. Again, I'd appreciate whatever feedback. Did I get a shipmate? Are you shipmating me, Keith?
Oh Lord, it's a bromance.
Yeah. Well, so in the Navy, shipmate can sometimes be made as an affectionate term, and sometimes it's a derogatory term. So at least that's the way it was for me in aviation side of things. But now, hoo-yah to you, yeah. So I think that's really all we've got. Any big takeaways? What's something you think we need to do better in this, and what do you think's going well for us this year?
I mean,
We've
I
ramped up.
think the smoothness of everybody turning in their fish has gone really well. I mean, all y'all are pretty honest. I mean, we had a couple reach out this year where, you made a mistake, you called yourself out before we even called it, and just being honest about it, not even, saying, hey, can you count it anyways? I just took it, and I already let fish back or something. I mean, you counted against yourself. I forgot who it was. I think it was the last month we did it or whatever, and, said, hey, I went and disqualified a few of my fish because I forgot the identifier. I guess the best way we can do it is just sort of grow a little bit and spread the word that it's all for fun. I know that Dwayne is doing some stuff with Tourney X too for the people that have the honey holes and don't want to have them out there forever, where after a certain amount of time they're going to delete the GPS location on Tourney X. So I guess I got to quit camping at everybody's spots.
Yeah,
catching all the 12 inchers so they can catch the big ones.
Incidentally, we're actually rolling out a new product from Bucks Island. It's a digital product. You can download all of the locations of all of the fish catches from all of the tournaments the last 2 years. So I'm kidding.
That's what Fish Tips is.
Well,
it's a bucket of worms.
Yeah, some will enjoy it and some won't. And for some guys, it's a good way to make more money. Sell that information, because one thing I have learned, just because somebody else can go catch that big fish in that spot doesn't necessarily mean you can just because you're there. Yep. So,
and doesn't mean it's always trustworthy information.
Yeah, there is that. So, but we've had a lot of fun with this. Like I said, we're taking a good hard look. I'll probably email out some sort of survey type thing to everybody and look for feedback, and see about what's going on. Guys, if you're friends with Big Chap, our kayak guy here at Bucks Island, man, he's getting some good deals out the door on some kayaks. So if you know somebody that is kind of in the market for buying a new kayak, then now is definitely a good time to do that. Man, we got a showroom full of boats. It's actually it's nice to be back to where we can walk across the showroom on the decks of bass boats. So we'd love to see you come in here. We got Christmas coming up, so tell the significant other, here's a list, or just head down to Bucks and buy me a gift card. So there's my shameless plug to come and buy stuff from us.
I'm sure you can just put your name on a list, give it to Colin, and just tell your significant other to come by and just tell the name, and he'll have it pulled for you.
He would do that in a heartbeat. So yeah. So we'd love to see you. If you're not from around here, you don't get by here often, stop in, make sure you say hey to the folks and let them know you've been fishing the tournament. So with that said, I think that's it. Robbie, I appreciate all the help. Guys, if y'all don't know, he's really made all this stuff kind of work, and been the guy to lean on for, like, how is this tournament stuff. I'm not a tournament angler. A lot of you know that. I'm just the guy that makes stuff show up on the internet. So I appreciate all the help that you've been given. I think it's been fun. Hopefully you've been able to. I did see you got a few fish that you were able to weigh in.
Not this last one, the one before I did.
Yeah. Okay.
So this last one was a busy month where we did a lot of extra work at work, and then also we went to Disney for a week. So recovering from that. Hopefully
that Hobie has been spoiling you.
Oh, it's about to. We're making our Louisiana trip next week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so
it's gonna be rough.
You guys hit him up and pay to go on that trip, because it's always fun to hear and see some of the photos. So, all right, guys, we are going to get out of here and get back to our Wednesday. Yes. So again, thank y'all so much for those of you that have competed with us. If you've got questions, if you've got issues, again, don't hesitate to reach out. For the winners, I've got your contact info, but you can certainly email it again to Michael@bucksisland.com, and we'll get the check in the mail, so to speak. Yeah, so that's going to be about it. Guys, we'll talk to you later. We've got some more videos. We're about to go shoot some stuff on Skeeters and some new Bass Cat stuff and try and get those on the internet. So hope it's of value. Love to know what else you might like to know about. All right, guys.